Welcome to TRM's How-To series. This video will demonstrate how to write and view Maximo logs in RulesManager Studio. RulesManager comes with a custom appender which enables remote logging. This appender is added to the max log appender table in the database. And when you associate max loggers to this appender, the output can be seen by RulesManager Studio's console. So let's begin. The remote appender needs to be inserted into the database and enabled in the RulesManager configuration file. To do this, we'll be using TRM Tools. This is a utility that comes with RulesManager to help with configuring the product. To access TRM Tools, you need access to your Maximo file system and a command prompt. So let's open a command prompt and show you what it should look like. So we're going to first go to your Maximo directory. Once here, you want to go to your Applications folder, TRM, RulesManager, Tools. Then hit enter, and then here you want to type trmtools.bat. A selection box will appear. There are three choices here, okay? The first choice is to use the Maximo properties for your database configuration or enter your database configurations manually. We're going to go with the first option, to use the Maximo properties file for database connection, and click continue. Now TRM Tools should pop up. You should see three tabs: File Configurations, Database Configurations, or Plugin Configurations, okay? You want to click the Database Configuration tab. Now you should see Insert Remote Appender. Now if you come in here and you see Remove Remote Appender, that means the remote appender is already configured in your database and you do not need to insert it into your database, okay? So we want to click the Remote Appender button here. Then we want to click on the Plugin Configurations tab here. And you'll see an option here called Turn On Remote Appender. This will turn on the remote appender in your RulesManager configuration file, okay? Now, if your ARM home is on a different machine, you will need to manually add this property, and I will show you what property to add in a second. And then you're going to click Execute Selected Task. Now let's close the command prompt and open RulesManager Studio. Once you have RulesManager Studio open, you need to make a connection to your Maximo instance. And then click and connect. And then you want to expand your connection. Click on the RulesManager config XML. Then you want to right click on it and say revert from server. And this guarantees we get the file from the actual file system. So if you open up your file, you should see this line in here. This is the setting that's needed to turn on the remote logger, okay? Now, if you do not see this line in here, then you need to manually type this in. So after you've typed in this value, please right click here and choose commit, and then click on the connection, and then you want to hit commit and then refresh. What this does is it commits the change back to the server and then refreshes the JVM to have the new setting. And this is part one of it. Part two is we need to log into Maximo and refresh the logging application. Let's go ahead and log into Maximo. So we're going to right click here on my connection and choose Open with Internet Browser. And this logs me into Maximo using RulesManager Studios. You want to scroll down here, go to System Configurations, Platform Configurations, and choose Logging. Now if you click on the Manage Appenders action here, you will see ARM Remote has been added as a list of appenders, okay? And then if you go here and type in RulesManager, This will bring up our default logs. And you'll see here, if you extend them, you will see ARM remote has been added to each one of our loggers. Okay. Now you need to go over here and hit apply settings. And what this does is cause Maximo to do a refresh of the logging settings in the system. Okay. Now that we have refreshed the logging in the logging application in Maximo, and we have added the setting to the RulesManager config XML file, to view the logs, you would need to right-click on your connection, go to Open With, and choose Open Server Log. You should see this here. It means that you have been connected successfully to the ARM remote logger on the server. The quickest way to test that you're connected to your server is hit the refresh button here. And it will bring down, it shows you the RulesManager has been refreshed on the server. Now, if you look at my log file, it's the exact same line that's here in my log. Okay. The default port is 9999, and this can be changed to any port that you desire it to be. And it's a good idea to do that if you're behind a firewall or if you're using multiple JVMs. This way you can view different JVMs logs in your Eclipse. Okay. Now that we have shown you the logs in Maximo, I'm going to show you how RulesManager writes to the logs itself. Okay. So I created a simple rule to demonstrate how our logging works. So I have an on-change rule over here. In this on-change rule, I print out every single log level. Okay. RulesManager prints in at the warning level, error level, info, debug, and also it prints print lines. Print lines print at the info level, so they're kind of tied together. Okay. So to test these rules, we go to the work order application and create a new record. So actually, let me give us more space, viewing space. I'm actually going to clear my console out here. So if I come in here and I enter a value into risk field, it's a regular value. You see all 5 print statements execute. Okay. This is the print line message. It's printing at line level info. My debug, error, warning message, and so forth. Okay. So I have these custom select actions over here that I created with RulesManager that will demonstrate the different log levels. So if I was to clear up my console again, and if I go here and I want to say show error, and I click on this, you see how it only shows me my error logging. And this is because over here in my rule, I have logger.enable error. Okay. And what that does is tells our logger to only show error logs. Therefore, you're only seeing the error message. The error is the lowest level or highest level, however you look at it. Now, if I go back over here, clear the console again, and I do show debug, now it prints everything at debug level. Okay. Now, let's say if I don't want to see any logging at all, I can go here and do disable, and there's nothing in my console because I have disabled the RulesManager SC logger. Okay, and I know my rule fired because if you look up here, priority justified is set to the same value as risk, which was part of this rule down here. Okay, so yeah, so I want to bring everything back. Come over here and I type show info, and there you go. It's printing my info message, error, and my warning because they all fall under information messages. Okay. Now you have noticed that my logs are different colors here. So if I wanted to change that, I can do that in RulesManager Studio. Sorry. Now to change these colors, you will need to go here to Window, Preferences. Select RulesManager Developer, and then click on Remote servlet log window. Now, if you were to change info to say purplish, orange to more maroonish, info back to green, warm to gray. Hit apply, and you'll see that your changes are reflected immediately. Okay. You hit restore defaults if you want to just go back to what they were out of the box. And that is how you view your logs and write logs using RulesManager and RulesManager Studio. Thank you for watching this video.